Hello guys, so today we're going to discuss about a performance server and the advantages of having one. So as a fact, like whenever we create a new website and we launch it to go live on any server, like any VPS or any cloud instance, so our top priority purpose is there always to have the website as fast and as optimized as possible. And there are like various reasons to have a blazing fast website hosted and running, and the most important one is user experience. Like whenever a user is accessing your website for let it be for any just information or any kind of operation, or like e-commerce website, purchasing things and managing account and everything. So no matter what is the purpose of the website, whenever you are hosting it, and the first thing that comes in your mind is how to make the website as fast as possible. And for that, we actually go various level of optimization and different kind of suggestions and different techniques that we use, different caching system, different methodologies to just to make the website super fast. And another reason to have a super fast website, like assuming that you are launching a website and you want some organic traffic flow into your website. So for that, any search engine like Google or Yahoo, they definitely prefer those websites where the usability is the best, user experience is best. Like whenever anybody come on your website and maybe it's through Google or Yahoo, then definitely they check each and every metrics that the visitor keeps behind them when accessing your website, like how much of time they are spending on your website, how fast your website is loading, and how many pages the user is visiting per session. So those kind of metrics, those and many more other metrics that actually influence how different search engines see your website and give you rank on the result page accordingly. So yeah, that's really important to have a blazing fast website, and for that we actually go different level as I just mentioned. But the first thing that we need to consider when talking about and thinking about the performance of your website, the first thing where it all starts is the hosting. Like where you are hosting your website, that matters the most. And I'm just going to show you how it differentiates and how much impact it has to the performance of your website, the selection of the perfect server. And the other thing that we are going to talk about, like whenever we are thinking or talking about hosting a small or medium scale website, not an enterprise level, we definitely go and consider our budget as well, like how much budget we can put on the infrastructure of our website. Because other than the infrastructure, we also have some additional cost that's going to incur, like having some plugins and then many other things where you're going to spend your money on. So I'm just considering here, like let's say you are going with not a shared hosting, but at least a VPS hosting, or at least any cloud storage. So for example purpose, we are working with this website that we have in our hand, and this is a WordPress website. So whenever we talk about having any small or medium class website, people usually go with those popular CMS frameworks like WordPress, Drupal, Joomla, and then Laravel, CodeIgniter. And for e-commerce, people usually go like Magento, then PrestaShop, OS Commerce, BigCommerce. There are a bunch of options that people can pick from. And the website by writing each and every line of code by hand, that's really sounds impractical at this time. So that's really a smart choice and smart move to pick any CMS. And as you might also know, there's a huge share of WordPress installation across the web. And if you are using, so we are specifically going to talk about WordPress and the best performance you can get out of WordPress. So for WordPress, the first thing that comes in mind, like it actually runs on PHP, but usually people run multiple multiple plugins, a huge number of plugins as well, like 15, 20, 30, 40. There's no limit of how many plugins you could install and use on your WordPress installation. And on top of that, people also use different kind of caching plugin as well, like W3 Cache, Super Cache, and WP Rocket. There are different kind of WordPress plugins that usually come. So the first thing that we need to consider before doing any other optimization with plugin level, application level, code level, the first thing we need is deciding the server that we are going to run our website on. So there are basically two major servers, Apache, and the other one is Nginx. And here we come to this server. It's called LiteSpeed Web Server. So they are actually a paid server version, LiteSpeed Web Server Enterprise version 6.3 as of now. And we're going to check at the benchmark of it, like unbeatable performance that they claim, and also it's really very evident to see the differences with the performance. Like for LiteSpeed, this performance, it says requests per second, it can serve like 69,000. All right, and with Nginx per second, it can serve around 6,000, and Apache can serve around 826. This is for WordPress, and there also comes another part as Magento 2, but we are going to focus on WordPress for now. And the other stack that we can use, like this one, we have the flexibility to use there's this one click in the cloud, like regardless of which cloud environment you're using, DigitalOcean, AWS, GCP, Azure, or any other. So there's an option to one-click installation of the LiteSpeed Enterprise version. So then, and if you haven't heard about this server, I would highly recommend you to give it a try. And these days you can also see with the different server companies, if you are purchasing any shared hosting, then most definitely you are going to see the LiteSpeed is installed on their shared hosting package, because this is one performant web server. It also comes with a bunch of features that you can use, and we're going to see the advantages and the things that LiteSpeed offers. So you're going to go to products, and you can see here LiteSpeed Web Server, OpenLiteSpeed. We are coming to that. And the greatest feature of this LiteSpeed server is that LSCache is called LiteSpeed Cache. So this is, I'm just going to give you a brief about the mechanism about how it works. And there are a lot of web app and the CMS platform that are compatible with LiteSpeed Web Server. You can use any of this CMS with LiteSpeed. It's WordPress, Magento, Joomla, PrestaShop, OpenCart, Drupal, Zenforo, Laravel, Shopware, MediaWiki, Django. So even Python is supported to run on LiteSpeed environment. All right, and we're going to see the details of LiteSpeed Web Server, the features it provides. You can see there are a bunch of features it has, like HTTP2, QUIC, HTTP3, event-driven architecture, cutting-edge HTTP3. So I'm not going to waste our time by reading through all of these features. You can just go to their website and check it yourself. And there is a comparison of LiteSpeed to Apache and Nginx. So we generally are aware about these two servers, Apache and Nginx, but LiteSpeed comes with a lot of comparison and with a lot of advantages that you could get by using it over Apache and Nginx. Now the next question is, Apache and Nginx are free to use, right? Definitely. So how about LiteSpeed? And as it says, it's LiteSpeed Enterprise, right? LiteSpeed Enterprise web server. So definitely it's going to cost you. And if you go to pricing, see the LiteSpeed Web Server Enterprise, it starts with $0 a month, and there's definitely some catches. And LiteSpeed Web Server installation, it starts with $150, right? So I'm going to show you, like, it can cost you maximum $2,000 as a one-time payment. And the other products that we're going to check is LiteSpeed Web Server Enterprise. So it comes with a 15-day trial. You can definitely go for it. If you have a system running with RAM which is less than 2 GB, so you're going to get this LiteSpeed version free of cost, and you can host just one domain and one worker. So the worker is the thing that actually the process that the server LiteSpeed actually spawns on your server to handle different requests. So what happens whenever there are multiple requests coming in on your web servers, how it works, actually all the number of workers that you spawn, so they work simultaneously to respond to those requests. And this is the core mechanism of LiteSpeed server to make the response time way faster. And the other thing is LSCache. So that is the secondary thing that boosts the performance, the speed of your website. So what happens with LSCache? Let me just give you a brief on it. Like, it's simply, you can think of LSCache as full page cache. So whenever you are running your WordPress website on a LiteSpeed server, it basically caches all of your pages whenever they are visited by any visitor for the first time and stored as an HTML file in their own format. So whenever there are other visitors visiting the same pages, so they are actually delivered those static HTMLs instead of executing the PHP processes once again and all the codes. And that's how it gives you the speed boost that you need for your website. This is very simple to understand how and why it's way faster. So you can go through the different versions and can compare all the versions that you have if you decide to use the LiteSpeed Enterprise web server. But we are going to talk about the free version, because as I said, that Apache and Nginx, those are free servers that we use. Don't go for LiteSpeed Enterprise version. Instead, you can go for OpenLiteSpeed. That's open source. All right. So OpenLiteSpeed, how it works, it actually is free of cost. And the number of workers that we just talked about, here you get the option of using unlimited number of workers that you can spawn, but we'll come to it later. And the other features like LSCache and anti-DDoS protection and everything, all the features are already inbuilt with OpenLiteSpeed as well. You can go to the documentation and the feature comparison. And you can also see the benchmark here. WordPress plus cache, OpenLiteSpeed, it can serve per second 2248. Nginx can serve around 9220, and Apache with WT total cache can serve around 2171 requests per second. All right. And there are different methods of installing LiteSpeed, and as I already have another topic covering this, installing OpenLiteSpeed on any AWS Ubuntu instance, you can check that out. And the next thing that I'm going to talk about is how it matters and how much difference it makes to use LiteSpeed web server over Apache or Nginx. The difference that you're going to get is that this LiteSpeed software is not going to be integrated with your cPanel or WHM or any other control panel that you might have. Let's go to homepage, and then you can see there the compatible control panel that is listed there is cPanel plus Direct Admin CyberPanel. Like all of the major control panels are compatible to install and run LiteSpeed with them. And this actually is the one for LiteSpeed Enterprise web server, but we are talking about OpenLiteSpeed, which is free of cost with the same features. Just the difference is that you have to install and configure it manually by yourself. When you have OpenLiteSpeed installed on your web server, you will get this interface to log in into your admin. All right, and there you can use your admin username and password, and you will see the interface inside of it.